There is a painting that has been keeping a secret for 500 years, a secret no one wants to hear. And once I tell you, you'll understand why you keep feeling empty every time you get what you wanted. But before we get there, I need you to be honest. Think about that thing you chased for months, that promotion that seemed impossible, that degree you framed and hung on the wall, that purchase you promised. This time, it was going to be different. Do you remember how long the euphoria lasted? Hours? And then, without warning, it appeared again. That uncomfortable silence. That question, now what? What you felt isn't ingratitude. It's not a character flaw or a sign that you're difficult to satisfy. Psychologists call this hedonic adaptation, the mechanism by which the brain normalizes every achievement. It returns almost inevitably to the same baseline level of satisfaction you had before your big win. Researcher Philip Brickman found this in lottery winners. A year later, they were no happier than anyone else. The brain simply reset its emotional thermostat. You bought the car. In 3 months, it's just a car. The thermostat looks for the next adjustment. The cycle begins again, fueled by a brain that never rests. We are biological machines designed to keep wanting, regardless of how much we already possess. But there is something darker. This isn't just biology, it's also social architecture. We live in a system that depends on you never feeling satisfied. Advertising spends billions to convince you you're not enough, that you are missing something, that an improved version of yourself is just one product away. This isn't an accident, it's the engine, and the evidence has been in museums since 1533. We just haven't been taught to look at it from the right angle until now. Look closer. Beyond the silk and the gold, there is a warning hidden in plain sight. The painting is The Ambassadors by Hans Holbein. It features 2 men who seemingly have everything. John de Dinterville, 29, a powerful ambassador in one of the most dangerous courts in Europe. Beside him, Georges de Selve, a bishop and intellectual prodigy at 25, a man of the church. Together, they represent temporal and spiritual power, state and God, the ultimate combination. No modern resume could compete with this. They are the pinnacle of 16th century influence. Between them, the most sophisticated tools of the era, wealth, knowledge, and status in one frame. But Holbein was the smartest painter of his generation. He hid 4 messages in this image. Between them rest 2 shelves packed with the most sophisticated instruments of the Renaissance: celestial globes, sundials, quadrants, and books of science, the peak of human knowledge in 1533. These objects were the equivalent of a Tesla, a PhD, and 1 million followers all at once. If these men had LinkedIn profiles, no algorithm could handle such a resume. And yet Holbein hid messages in this perfect image that will feel uncomfortably familiar. Let's start with the lute. In 1533, it was the symbol of universal harmony and balance. Holbein painted it with a broken string, just one, and that changes absolutely everything. The most expensive lute, in the hands of a master, produces only dissonance if one string is broken. What is your broken string? That thing you ignore because work is more urgent. The relationship you let wither. The health you sacrificed for a project that couldn't wait. Success doesn't free up emotional energy. It devours it. It breaks the strings that were still healthy. You reach the top with a shattered instrument and wonder why the music doesn't sound right. The music you imagined from the bottom is gone. Only the dissonance remains. Now look at the Arithmetic book. It is open specifically to the chapter on division. Holbein was not careless. Every centimeter of this painting was calculated with precision. Material success is by its very nature a game of division. We are successful only in comparison. More than the neighbor, more than who we were. a race with no end. René Girard called this mimetic desire. We want things because we see others wanting them. Our desire is comparative. We imitate the desire of others and then compete for the same object. This competition is the breeding ground for a collective anxiety that never resolves. The game has no finish line. The denominator of comparison can always grow larger. The more you focus on the game, the more you divide yourself from what you truly seek. The arithmetic of the ego is implacable, more loneliness disguised as ambition. On that shelf, there are instruments to measure time with extraordinary precision, sundials and quadrants, tools capable of telling you exactly where you are in the cosmos at any moment of the day. But Holbein leaves a brutal question. Do you know what time it is in your own life? You can measure the stars and have no idea why you haven't slept well in 3 years. You can know Jupiter's position, but feel alone in a room full of people who admire you. The executive with real-time metrics, who doesn't know what his own child truly needs. The doctor who knows the body, but forgot when he lost his enthusiasm for his soul. We are experts on the outside world, yet we remain blind to the world within. Then we look at the floor. A gray, distorted shape, a smudge that ruins the elegance. For a long time, people ignored it. It didn't fit the beauty of the silk and fur. But this is an anamorphosis, a secret that reveals itself when you change your perspective. Step to the right, tilt your head. The smudge transforms into a perfect human skull. Memento Mori. Remember you will die. A reminder that success is not permanent. We've scrubbed death from our lives. We act as if our achievements will last forever. Holbein put it under their feet to wake them up. The ground isn't eternal. When you understand time is finite, the urgency to accumulate things fades away. In its place appears something intense, the urgency to live with authenticity. Success should serve your purpose, not dominate it. Reorganize your life. 90% of well-being is internal, the quality of your relationships and your meaning. What is the broken string you are ignoring today? What if you change your perspective? True mastery is not about removing the skull, but knowing it is there and creating beauty anyway. When the lights go out, what matters is not the size of your office or your bank account. It's the clarity with which you see through illusions, the value of being real. The secret was always there, waiting. You just needed the courage to move. Change your perspective, fix your string, live. See you in the next video. If you liked it, subscribe, like, and comment on the video.